Murarik from Murarik Motorsports 4th Annual Haunted House. This is a 100% charity event, and we have not yet announced who the beneficiary will be this year. So that's what I'm doing tonight. John Kennedy of Phillipsburg will be this year's beneficiary. Now the reason we selected John is because he's going through a really crazy time in his life right now. He recently had a very traumatic accident. He fell off the roof of a house and is currently paralyzed from the waist down. Now, a little backstory on John. He is a resident of Phillipsburg. He graduated from Phillipsburg Osceola High School in 1964. And when John was in high school and after high school, he worked with his brother as a bricklayer and a mason. John was drafted into the Army for the Vietnam War, and he served there from 1969 to 1971. He was stationed in Germany and went to basic training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and Fort Hood, Texas. John worked at the PA Fish and Boat Commission from 1984 until he retired in 2007, and then continued doing bricklaying and masonry work on the side. This is actually how John had his accident. He was on a roof working on a chimney, and they're not sure if he had a stroke. They're not sure if the stroke was after he fell due to the trauma or if the stroke was what caused him to fall. So when he fell, and I'm reading off an extensive list of things, he broke almost every rib in his body. He punctured one lung and bruised the other. He cracked 2 vertebrae and destroyed 2 vertebrae, which left him paralyzed from the waist down. He's right now at Danville in intensive care, and he's been there for over 6 weeks already. This happened, it was July 31st. So it's been a long, drawn-out process here, and it's going to be a lot longer too, because the next step for him is to get him off a ventilator and get the trach out of him, and that way he can go on to rehab. The rehab is going to be many months in Scranton, so him and his wife Susan are going to have to go into rehab together. She's going to have to learn how to take care of John. It's going to be a lot different style of living, and not only that, but their home is not handicap accessible, and John's going to need a wheelchair. He's going to have to pay medical costs. He's going to pay travel expenses. He's going to have to make his house handicap accessible, and that includes creating a ramp to get into the house. You're going to have to put an addition on their home, not just a house, this is their home. That is a handicap accessible addition with a bathroom and a bedroom for him. So it's like a big deal. It's going to cost a ton of money, and insurance doesn't cover everything, especially when you're starting to look around things in your house that are going to make your day-to-day life easier from a wheelchair. So this year, 100% of the money, as every year, will be going to our beneficiary, which this year is John. So every dime that you donate will go to John, and we'll help do our part and make sure we can keep the money in our community, help out our neighbors, and continue our tradition of charity. If you want more information on this year's Haunted House, it's at hauntedhouse.murarik.com. That's our Facebook page. Anything you need to know can be found on there. There will be some video updates to follow this one, so keep an eye out. Until then, share this video, get the word out. The Haunted House, October 31st, which is a Friday, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And November 1st, the following day, Saturday, same time, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.